Remember the good old days? Things were made to last. People took pride in doing things themselves. Well, today we're going back to those roots. We're going to make tallow. Tallow is rendered beef fat. It's pure, natural, and incredibly versatile. Our ancestors used it for centuries in cooking, candle making, and even skincare. And guess what? It's easy to make right in your own kitchen. Making tallow connects us to the past and brings a piece of that simple life back into our homes. Plus, it's a wonderful way to use something we might otherwise throw away. Are you ready to get started? Let's make some magic! Before we begin transforming our beef fat into beautiful golden tallow, let's gather our supplies. Don't worry, you won't need anything fancy. Here's what we'll need. Beef fat. You can ask your butcher for this, or save trimmings from your own roasts. Large stock pot. A heavy-bottomed pot is best. It distributes the heat evenly. Water. Just a little to prevent the fat from scorching at the beginning. Sharp knife for trimming the fat. Cutting board to protect your countertop. Slotted spoon for removing any bits of fat during the rendering process. Cheesecloth. We'll use this to strain our rendered tallow. Jars for storage. Mason jars work great. See? Simple ingredients and tools for a truly rewarding experience. Now that we have all our supplies ready, let's prepare our beef fat. First, we'll give it a good rinse under cold water. This helps remove any impurities. Then we'll pat it dry with a clean kitchen towel. Next, it's time to trim. Using a sharp knife, we'll carefully remove any large pieces of meat or gristle from the fat. We want our tallow to be as pure as possible. Finally, we'll cut the fat into small, uniform pieces. This helps it render evenly. Aim for chunks about 1 or 2 inches in size. Section 4. The gentle art of rendering tallow. Now comes the fun part. We're going to gently render our beef fat into liquid gold. Place the chopped beef fat into your large stock pot. Add just enough water to cover the bottom of the pot. This will prevent the fat from scorching before it starts to melt. Put the pot on the stove and turn the heat to low. Remember, low and slow is the key to rendering beautiful tallow. As the fat begins to melt, you'll notice it rendering into liquid. We'll continue cooking it down, stirring occasionally, until all the solid pieces of fat have transformed into clear, golden liquid. This process can take a while, maybe a couple of hours, but the gentle simmering fills your kitchen with the most wonderful aroma. It's like a warm hug from the past. Section 5. Straining and storing your homemade tallow. Once your kitchen is filled with the rich aroma of rendered tallow, it's time to strain and store our liquid gold. First, we'll carefully line a fine mesh strainer with a couple of layers of cheesecloth. Place the strainer over a large bowl or another pot. Next, we'll slowly pour the rendered tallow through the cheesecloth-lined strainer. The cheesecloth will catch any remaining bits of fat, ensuring a smooth, pure tallow. Allow the strained tallow to cool slightly. Then, carefully pour it into your clean storage jars, leaving about 1 inch of space at the top. Once the jars have cooled completely, we'll seal them tightly with lids and store them in the refrigerator. Tallow will solidify as it cools, taking on a beautiful creamy white color. Properly stored, your homemade tallow can last for months. Section 6. Bringing tallow back to your homestead. Congratulations, you've just made your very own tallow. Now it's time to put it to good use. Tallow is incredibly versatile. It makes a fantastic cooking fat. Use it to fry eggs, sauté vegetables, or even bake delicious pastries. Your food will have a rich, savory flavor that you just can't get from other fats. But the uses for tallow don't stop in the kitchen. It's also wonderful for your skin. Tallow closely resembles our skin's natural sebum, making it an incredibly moisturizing and nourishing ingredient for homemade skincare products. You can use your tallow to create luxurious lotions, balms, and soaps. It's a gift from nature that will leave your skin feeling soft, supple, and healthy. See? Making tallow is like bringing a bit of old-fashioned goodness back into our modern lives. It's simple, rewarding, and oh so versatile. So go on, give it a try. You might be surprised at how much you love it.